Alright guys, welcome back. So in this part we're going to create terrain. Precious, precious terrain. No one can tell us otherwise. We're insane in the membrane. Okay, enough jokes aside, let's do this. So this is your giant empty space that you have to work with. You can make your terrain go as far as you want, as big as you want. You know, it's up to you. But basically, this is your terrain button. Okay? We've got nothing made here, so we can't click here or in the paint area. So what we do, we hit create. And there we go. This is ours to do and mold to what we want it to be. Now, this is our sculpt tools. We got sculpt, which does this. We have smooth, which does this. Come on, this is all self-explanatory, but I'm going to go over it anyway. We have flatten, which does that. Okay. Did it flatten? It did not flatten. Seriously? Flatten. There we go. So that puts everything back to the way it used to be. This is ramp. So if we wanted to get in this box, we hit control and we hit control again. And we bring it up. See, we got to bring it up to the height where we can get in. Add ramp. There we go. See that? And now we go to the other side. We have this nasty thing. Sorry about the coughing once again, guys. But there's nothing I can do. And if we wanted to, go from here all the way up to there. And add that ramp there. So now we can get in and out. See? Now you notice there might be a shadow line right here. See it? You could either build the lighting to get rid of it, or if you want it gone right away because it's interrupting your workload, you have to unclick static shadow. Now, foliage. Let's be clear. It works good on the terrain and it will do what it's supposed to. But there might be some minor settings that you need to set to make sure it doesn't go on a slope. Because sometimes, not all the time, but you can get bugs. Believe it or not, there's no bugs here, which I'm surprised about. Wow, they must have fixed that. They really must have fixed that. Nice. Now, say that you don't want it on the static mesh. Unclick static mesh. Click it right there. We need to bring this back down a little bit, maybe to just 300. Now, when you do it, it's not going to grow on the static mesh. As you can see, it's growing through it, but it won't grow on it. You understand? So we can get rid of all of that. So terrain is pretty easy to deal with. As you can see, you're going to have points in time that are like this. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over to this one. We're going to call it a this tool, okay? And we're going to just be doing this and this. And what it does is it smooths out those edges. And it just it redoes the topology for the ground. It gives it that better look. See that? Now what you could also do is use what's called the erosion tool. That digs in. That gives you sort of a rough and tough look, just like the ground is supposed to be. See that? It makes everything not look all flat and jaded, if you will, I guess. Let's get rid of this wall. There we go. So now it has some sort of detail into it. Jesus Christ, I really hate this. Being sick is not very good. But when you're a workaholic, you have no choice, right? Now, I was talking about the flattening tool before, and we never really had a good representation of what it was before, but here. It's like it never happened, Dr. Frankenstein. Oh, but there's a problem. You see the foliage that's just getting up there? We got to get rid of all of that there. It's good now, right? All right, so the next thing that we're going to go over is the visibility tool. To use this tool, we're going to need to create a landscape texture. And to do that, we're going to need to go to a new folder. So this is both landscape and textures, both in one. We're going to call this landscape. And now we're going to need to get some textures. Now, as you know, if you have a camera, you're magical. You're good to go. But if not, well, you can go to Google